EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us across the Atlantic in the magnificent Olympiastadion in the German capital of Berlin. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And leading the charge, their lefty QB.
And he went from being the surprise pick of the first round to the full-time starter late in the season. And now he has a chance to take this team to new heights starting in 2025. Really was impressed with him down the stretch, going head-to-head with Jaden Daniels in a huge game. Now he could be their franchise quarterback for the next 10 years.
At London, the motion man right. First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. They'll go play action here with Penix. And his throw here is incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. To the air, Penix. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And he gets a clean slate and a competition in his new spot in Indianapolis. Obviously trying to eliminate some bad habits he picked up in New York. But after a brief pit stop in Minnesota, this gives him a chance to continue the trend of veteran quarterbacks who have a chance to excel with a fresh start and a new team.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Here's 2nd and 3. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now Jones. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
10 at the 27-yard line.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks. get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
They'll take it inside the 25.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7. Throwing, Jones. He'll get this one to Pittman. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now it's 3rd and 4.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish it not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
So on 4th down, Spencer Schrader on here for the Colts field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They'll throw with Penix. A quick throw there is incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Penix. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Left side, he finds Pierce. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Looking to throw. Jones. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
To number 14, Alec Pierce. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the Falcons' 41-yard line.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. The Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. He'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Looking to throw, Penix. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
They snapped the ball backed up inside their own 10. Now they're backed up even further, and they can thank their coverage for that. They called a zone, and they were aggressive enough to deny an early window, and that gave their rushers a chance to get to the pocket.
3rd down and 13. And looking to throw, Penix. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Able to slither by. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. Off play action. Jones lets one go downfield for Pierce. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll be stopped at the 46, gain of 3.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now a 3rd and 6. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
16 yards.
Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice gain.
They go play action here on 1st down. The toss here completed to Pittman. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a 1st down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. 18 yards for Jonathan Taylor. And they are able to add on to their advantage. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Fighting through at the 25. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1.
Someone's looking fresh, and his O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 5 in enemy territory.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the counter, this is Robinson. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And Pitts is going to pick up a Falcons first down as the tackle made down at the 33.
First down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Now Penix going to hold on to it, and he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And the first play will be a field goal try. The wind is at his back here in the second quarter. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a good job there to kind of weather the storm in that first quarter and come back with their first points of the ball game.
Yeah, you hate to be coming from behind early on, but you're exactly right. They took some time, able to move the ball, and now it's back to a 10-3 game.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Jones throwing to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Jones pass complete to Michael Pittman. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 25-yard line.
Now 2nd and 9. That's to his tight end, Tanner Warren. Look at the big fella go. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards.
For the Colts. First down. First down and goal to go.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
That was well played there defensively. Two tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Second down and goal. Jones throwing in a traffic there, and that's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Back to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a fourth down. Well played.
Schrader on for the Colts field goal. A 22-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
Falcons 3.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And running with power here. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. They're in a 13-3 hole here now as they come up on first down. Looking to put a drive together. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Operating from the gun, Penix. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
It's a gain of 6.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Now Penix. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not?
Chad Numa fighting all the way through and getting the sack. And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they got no chance to win this game.
And this offense on third down today, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
They'll look to throw here. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
The DeForest Buckner using those big hands and getting in there and bringing him down for this sack. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Looking to throw. Jones. Incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
2nd and 10.
All the option left, it's Jones. They'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. The Falcons offense set to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
A gain of 21 yards. And a Falcon 1st down.
Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the stream, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 37. A good pickup there of 22.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. A play fake. Now Penix. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. Robinson is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
2nd and 2. This will be caught at about the 6. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. He'll try to pick it up himself, and he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. And the Colts offense and receiver Michael Pittman getting set for their next possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Off the option, here's Taylor. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
At the 36-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw. Jones. He's across midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going the other direction.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Now he's going to step up and run. The 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
A gain of 25 more yards. And the Colts first down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Jones. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back to throw. Jones. Open man, the tight end Warren. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Throwing, Jones. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Tyler Warren as the first half is winding down. And the Colts will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Falcons 10.
So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So halftime straight ahead, and that means we go to Scott Hanson. It is our EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott, take it away.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hanson and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Oh, good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Colts going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
That's good for a Colts. First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
That's a nice explosive play there, and this defense told us we have to have our eyes right on their RPO sets, and they did not have their eyes right.
I love that term, eyes right, meaning they have to be in the proper place and read your keys. And a smart thinking guy running an offense can see when you break down on that, and he took full advantage of it.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's to Warren, his tight end. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12.
Excellent effort defensively. Tackle for loss goes to Leonard Floyd.
Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw on film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
Connecting over the middle with Downs.
5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Spencer Schrader now on to try the field goal.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Looking to put a drive together. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. And they'll send the team in motion here.
They'll throw with Penix.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. Taken down at the 42.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards.
Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Penix. Now he'll tuck this and run. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Penix. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And looking to throw, Penix. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
Now this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep.
Run what
Put
you
your
do
foot on
best.
the gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
And 22 more yards there and another 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones.
That's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here.
The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches. But it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
52 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
To the air, Penix
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and a yard. Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Looking to throw, Penix. He's got his man, London, right side.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Robinson.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Again, it'll be Robinson.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th.
Pennick's going to sneak it, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Falcons have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
So he's able to sneak it in, and credit to the guys up front.
Oh, without a doubt, because they have the leverage on this play. We always talk about low man wins and one-on-one battles. That's exactly what happened there. Their offensive line lower than the defensive front.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Falcons 17.
Gonzalez now to kick this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Colts offense and Daniel Jones set to take over again. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. The second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Colts 1st down.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one...
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Back to throw. Jones.
This taken in by Downs.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
Makes it 3rd and 5.
Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. Looking to throw. Jones. Well, set up the screen to Taylor. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will make this a 9-point lead. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now, because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Looking to put a drive together. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
It's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Penix working out of the gun here. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Third and 12. Now Penix. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And the Falcon first down.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Operating from the gun, Penix.
Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
65 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Man, and he hits him in stride. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Now Pennett's going to hold on to it. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
They'll look to throw here. Now Pennett's going to hold on to it. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Now that's a quarterback who's in charge out there right now. Wants to throw the ball on 3rd down, doesn't find anyone open, tucks it away, takes off, and picks up the first down. Not by a little, but by plenty.
Man in motion is Agnew. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they can keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Turnover that just got them the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here then?
No, right? I don't, especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like, almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains, wear down the clock, and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Robinson up the middle. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Well, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Falcons have cut it back within a score.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And the lead is down to 2. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Colts offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score. But bottom line, they are still on top with the football. And a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Well, a tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Jones now from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. Oh, the option to give to Taylor here. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Now Jones. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
At the 31-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the option left, it's Jones. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
A gain of 24 more yards.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, the ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold them to 3 to keep this a one-score game. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did, and just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The crowd not ready to go home just yet. What a night as we say so long from Berlin.